हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, चलो आज के वीडियो में वी विल बी डिस्कसिंग अबाउट केमिकल फार्मूलाज. ठीक है, ऑल द केमिकल, नॉट ऑल द केमिकल फार्मूलाज. आई विल टेल यू what are the cations and anions, their valencies, their symbols, and how you yourself can frame any formula. ठीक है, चलो. So what we are going to study from today's video, first cations and anions. I will tell you what are the cations, ठीक है, and I also let you know some common cations, their symbols and their valencies. Okay, secondly we will learn anions, because when you are doing a compound you need a cation and an anion. ठीक है, and at the end, I forgot, and in this anion part I will also let you know some mechanism. Okay, mechanism माने let's say bicarbonate ion HCO3 minus. So how is this ion formed? ठीक है, ये ion का formation कैसे होता है? ठीक है, once you know that ना, so it becomes easier for you to memorize the valency, memorize its valency and its symbol. ठीक है, so all this topic will be there in this video. So please, if you are watching this video, sit with a pen and paper and just note it down as the video progresses. ठीक है, and I am sure that by the end of this video you can write any formula, any chemical formula, whichever is asked to you. ठीक है, चलो. So the very first topic, let's move to cation. Now cation itself, chalo. So let's first start with cations. Now see, what are cations? Cations are what? Cations are positively charged particles. ठीक है, positively charged particles. ठीक है, cation, the word ion is there ना. Now see, ion माने क्या? Suppose ion माने, suppose atom is there. So we all know atom is what? Atom is electrically neutral. ठीक है, atom is electrically neutral. Why atom is electrically neutral? Because number of proton and number of electrons are same. ठीक है, so whenever atom to an atom we will remove one or more electron. ठीक है, we will remove one or more electron, we will result in the it will result in the formation of cation. ठीक है, it is a type of ion which are positively charged. ठीक है, which are positively charged, and in this cation the number of proton is definitely more than the number of electron. ठीक है, if proton is not greater than electron, then how can it acquire a negative charge, right? So keep this in mind. Ion which is positively charged and in which number of protons are greater than the number of electrons, those ions will be considered as cations. Correct? Now see, here I had intentionally split the cations part into three types. ठीक है, first we will learn the group 1 elements, group 1 ions, then group 2, and then other ions from different groups. ठीक है, now groups here I mean to refer to modern periodic table. Okay, so see, in modern periodic table, group 1, ठीक है, we will be discussing modern periodic table in a separate video, but for the time being let me tell you, modern periodic table group 1 elements are known as alkali metals, right? Alkali metals. So alkali metals. Okay, alkali metals. Now alkali metals, ठीक है, these, the ionic forms are lithium, the very first member, lithium, the symbol and the valence is Li plus 1. Okay, for sodium it will be Na plus 1, and for potassium it is Ka plus 1. Okay, now you need to remember this like this. Okay, lithium, sodium and potassium, they are having one electron, one valence in a plus 1 valency. So we call those ions having one valency as monovalent ions. ठीक है, monovalent ions, monovalent ions. Clear? Now see, these are monovalent ions. So next coming to the group 2. Group 2 माने beryllium group. Beryllium group में क्या होता है? The very first member, as you see, it is beryllium. Okay, followed by magnesium, then calcium, then barium. So beryllium is having the formula symbol as Be plus 2. ठीक है, now see, all these elements, ठीक है, beryllium, magnesium, calcium, barium, they are having plus 2 state, right? Plus 2 as their valency, so they will be called as divalent. They will be called as divalent. ठीक है, so they are known as divalent. ठीक है, so divalent ions are ions having plus 2 and monovalent ions are ions having plus 1. Okay, now apart from this group 1 and group 2 there are several cations. Okay, so let me tell you what are they. Okay, chalo, so shit, এটা কি হয় এখানে? Chalo, so after group 1 and group 2, let's come to the other cations. Okay, now see the very first cation which is known to you all, I hope. Okay, that is an aluminium. Okay, now aluminium is plus 3. Aluminium, then boron plus 3. Now see, if it is plus 3, then it will become naturally trivalent ion. Okay, now see next. Next, see iron 1, iron 2, copper 1, copper 2. Here also lead 1, lead 4, tin 2, tin 4, mercury 1, mercury 2. All this show variable valency. What they show? They show variable valency. Okay. Now variable valency. If you are in class 11 or 12, then you विल लर्न इट. ठीक है, 12 में होंगे तो अभी 12 पास भी कर जाओगे तो तब तो पता ही चल जाएगा. सो इट इज बेटर you we will discuss it in class 11 and 12 part. ठीक है, not here. So plus 2 and plus 3 valency, just remember that some metals are there, they exhibit variable valency. ठीक है, because of their stability. ठीक है, they all elements try to achieve what? Stability, stability in the electronic configuration. So in order to achieve that stability, sometimes they show more than one valency. Okay, for example, iron, if it show plus, sorry, it is given plus 1, it will be plus 2. So it is known as, then it is known as ferrous. Correct, Ferrous, ferrous form. So ferrous form, it is Fe plus 2. Similarly, if iron is showing plus 3, ठीक है, change it plus 3, ठीक है, ये एक गलती हो गया. चलो, so it will be ferric, Ferric. ठीक है, so ferric will be what? Fe plus 3 form. Correct. Now copper is the scientific name of copper is cuprum, Cuprum. Correct. So copper, when it is existing in plus 1 state, it will be cuprous. See, one thing is common. The lower form is this. Us will be there. Cuprous, cupric, ferrous, ferric, and all that. So cuprous will be Cu plus 2. Then cupric, Cupric. This form will be Cu plus 2. Okay? So cuprous plus 1, cupric plus 2, ferrous plus 2, ferric plus 3. Okay? Now come nickel. Nickel will be plus 2. It doesn't show any variable valency and all that. So plus 2. Okay? Actually it do show, but it is not this beyond your syllabus. Okay? So let's stick to our syllabus. So lead 2, lead 4. Now lead 2 is what? This Pb plus 2. Okay? Plumbus, plumbic. Okay? Stannous, stannic. Okay? So Pb plus 2 and Pb plus 4. Next, silver argentum, Ag plus 1, and gold aurum, so Au plus 1. Okay? You remember this, Au plus 1 and Ag plus 1. Now see, this gold and this are known as inert metals. Okay? Inert metals. Okay? Inert metals. Why inert metals or noble metals you can also say, because they are non-reactive. Okay? They don't react easily. Okay? चलो, एंड दैट्स वाई वी यूज गोल्ड ऑर्नामेंट्स. ठीक है, अगर जल्दी जल्दी रिएक्ट कर जाएगा तो ये तो खराब हो जाता है ना. तो अभी तुम जो म्यूजियम में जाओगे तो मिलता है ना कि मुगल एम्पायरियन, मुगल टाइम के गोल्ड, मुगल टाइम के सिल्वर. सो हाउ आर दे एग्जिस्टिंग टिल नाउ. ठीक है, बिकॉज सिल्वर एंड गोल्ड आर इनर्ट. ठीक है, सो दे वोंट रिएक्ट विद एनी अदर एलिमेंट्स. ठीक है, they react but the rate of reaction is extremely poor. ठीक है, so now next come tin 2 and tin 4. ठीक है, so tin माने stannum. ठीक है, so stannous and stannic. Stannous and stannic. Now see us, us. Us माने lower valency and ic माने higher valency. So stannous माने Sn plus 2 and stannic माने Sn plus 4. ठीक है, similarly mercurous मर्क्यूरिक, मर्क्यूरस माने जो स्मॉल फॉर्म है, ठीक है, तो मर्क्यूरस Hg+1 एंड मर्क्यूरिक माने Hg+2 द हायर फॉर्म, ठीक है. हाइड्रोजन आयन वी ऑल्सो कॉल इट एज, नो हाइड्रोजन आयन इज सफिशिएंट. सो हाइड्रोजन आयन वेयर वी गेट दिस फ्रॉम, वी गेट दिस फ्रॉम एन एसिड, ठीक है. सपोज HCl, when this acid will dissociate na, so it will lead to the generation of H plus and Cl minus, okay. So that's how we get HCl, okay. Next comes zinc. Zinc will be Zn plus 2 and cobalt will be Co plus 2, CO plus 2, okay. CO plus 2. Now see, one thing I forgot to add over here, so that is platinum, PT, ठीक है, PtCl2, platinum chloride, ठीक है, this is important, ठीक है, platinum chloride, this is important one, so please note it down, ठीक है. चलो next, anion was negative positively charged species. so anion क्या होगा, anion negatively charged species होगा. कैसे फॉर्मेशन होता है anion का, ड्यू टू गेन और एक्सेप्टेंस ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन, गेन और acceptance of electron, acceptance of electron, ठीक है. Now this negatively charged ion which is anion, these are grouped into three categories. I had grouped into three categories for your benefit, okay, so that you can remember. When I was a child, it was very difficult to remember nitride, nitrate, nitrite, okay. So let's split it up, okay. First comes the halogen group. Halogen group mane, see the word halo, halo mane salt, okay. Halo means salt, okay. So salt generation group, gen mane genesis, okay. So salt generation group, the group from which salts originate. See why salts originate, see NaF, sodium fluoride, you all must have heard this, NaCl, sodium chloride, sodium bromide, sodium iodide, magnesium chloride, ठीक है, all the salts, ठीक है, which we use more or less, ठीक है, that comes from this halogen series, ठीक है. So what are the symbols for this halogen series? See, element name is fluorine, ठीक है, सिंबल इज F-1. क्लोरीन होगा तो Cl-1, ब्रोमीन होगा तो Br-1, आयोडीन होगा तो I-. बट बी वेरी केयरफुल, these fluorine, chlorine, bromine, these are the names of the atoms, ठीक है. When they will go to this ionic state, this F minus is known as fluoride ion, Fluoride, fluoride, ठीक है. This Cl minus will be known as chloride, IDE. Br minus will be known as bromide, BROMIDE. I minus 1 will be known as iodide, ठीक है, iodide, ठीक है. So keep this in mind, fluorine is not F-1, fluorine is an atom, ठीक है, so it will have no charge, its charge is 0, ठीक है. When it will convert to the ionic form, it will become fluoride. Chlorine, when it gets converted to the ionic form, it will be bromide, chloride, bromine, it will be bromide, and iodine, it will be iodide, okay. So now coming to the sulfur group, see sulfur group, sulfur and oxide group, ठीक है. Now first let's stick to sulfur group. See sulfur. So now coming to the sulfur group, see sulfur group, the very first thing is sulfide. Be very careful, IDE is there, ठीक है. Sulfide, sulfite, ITE, and sulfate, ठीक है. Sulfide, sulfite, and sulfate. So sulfide, IDE is S-2, bus, that's it, ठीक है. Sulfite, ITE, it is SO3-2, ठीक है. Now then sulfate, it is SO4-2, this is sulfate, ठीक है. Now how are they coming, ठीक है, I will tell you just in a minute, ठीक है. Now I will show you the mechanism how these are coming, ठीक है. Now then comes to nitrogen group. Nitrogen group में क्या क्या है, just like sulfur, it is nitride, nitrite, ITE, and nitrate, ठीक है. So when it is nitride, it will be N-3. When it is nitrite, ITE, it is NO2-1. When it is nitrate, it is NO3-1. Now the very common mistake which students do is, see sulfide, sulfide is -2, but nitride is -3. ठीक है, be very careful. Sulfide is -2 and nitride is -3. Sulfite is -2 and it is SO3, but nitrite is NO2, that is -1. Clear? Sulfate, it is SO4 -2, but be very careful. Nitrate is NO3 -1. ठीक है? Questions more or less come from this nitrate and sulfate, this part only. Okay? Now coming to another important group, the oxide group. See, oxide, we have peroxide, okay, and then the superoxide. Clear? So when oxygen is existing in these three format, what will be there? What will be its symbol and valency? See, when oxygen is present in the oxide form, okay, so it is O -2, O -2, okay. Repeat with me, O -2. Okay, correct. Now then peroxide, it is O -1, okay, O -1. Then superoxide माने O -half. ठीक है, so चलो, so superoxide was O -half. ठीक है, now let's move to other anions. ठीक है, see, among the other anions, the very first which comes is phosphorus group. ठीक है, another important group, phosphorus group. Now phosphorus group, again see phosphide. ठीक है, always remember this, oxygen उसके नीचे रहता है सल्फर मॉडर्न पीरियडिक टेबल में, एंड नाइट्रोजन उसके नीचे रहता है फॉस्फोरस. ठीक है, सो ये सीक्वेंस में याद रखोगे तो इजी होगा. कैसे इजी होगा? सी, फॉस्फाइड, नाइट्राइड वाज -3 एंड फॉस्फाइड इज, बिकॉज नीचे है ना, सेम ग्रुप का है, सो इट विल बी P -3. ठीक है, बट नाइट्राइट वाज NO2 -1, बट फॉस्फाइट इज PO3 -2. ठीक है, आई नो इट इज अ लिटिल बिट कंफ्यूजिंग, बट trust me, I will show you how these are forming. ठीक है, once you know that ना, it will be very easier for you. Then comes phosphate. Phosphate will be PO4 -3. Okay, PO4 -3. Now sulfate was what? Sulfate was SO4. Let us revise once. Sulfate SO4 -2. Nitrate NO3 -1. Phosphate PO4 -3. ठीक है, सल्फाइट SO3 -2, नाइट्राइट NO2 -1, फॉस्फाइट PO3 -2. क्लियर? चलो, नाउ अदर आयंस में क्या होगा? फर्स्ट कम्स दैट बाइकार्बोनेट आयन. बाइकार्बोनेट आयन माने HCO3-. ठीक है, बाइकार्बोनेट HCO3-, बाइसल्फेट HSO4-1. Now be very careful. Sulfate is -2. Valency is SO4 -2. But when hydrogen is getting added, it will be called as bi. ठीक है, bisulfate. So bisulfate, the valency is -1. Then bisulfite, the valency will be -1 again, but this time HSO3 -1. Okay, next comes biphosphate. So it is HPO4 -2. Okay, now phosphate was what? Phosphate was PO4 -3, but since hydrogen is getting added up, hydrogen का valency charge क्या होता है? +1. So if +1 is getting added to this -3, so -3 +1 will be what? -2 only, na? So that's why it is -2. Clear? Now then biphosphite HPO3 -1. ठीक है, then comes cyanide. Now very very toxic thing, cyanide, CN-. ठीक है, you all must have seen in some movies or what, if potassium cyanide. ठीक है, it's a very famous thing which was used during our freedom struggle by our freedom fighters. ठीक है, whenever they get caught in the police hands, ठीक है, they used to take that and sacrifice their life for the motherland. ठीक है, so cyanide CN-1, hydroxyl OH-1, acetate it is CH. These two are the organic part. ठीक है, organic part. ठीक है, organic part which comes very often in your exam. ठीक है, CH3COO-1, it is acetate, and formate it is HCOO-. ठीक है, HCOO-. Formate comes from the word formic acid. ठीक है, so and last carbonate which is CO3-. You see, sulfate SO4 -2, carbonate is CO3 -2. क्लियर ना? बाइकार्बोनेट इज HCO3-1. ठीक है, आई होप anion part is clear to you. Now let's go to the mechanism part. How are these anions getting formed? Clear?